still need your help to find Sean Sally. If you've seen him, make that call. You know, any crime seems twice as bad when the victim is a child. Out in the desert of Palm Springs, California, a very special homicide team is working to solve a crime that's become more than just another case. They've made it a mission because the victim was a 10-year-old boy. Palm Springs, California is a beautiful desert resort area, but the desert can also be a dangerous place. So dangerous that about a year ago, Riverside County devoted a team of its most dedicated detectives to exclusively work the desert beat. They're known as the Desert Homicide Team. And right now, they're working on a 4-year-old mystery that has really touched their hearts.
Anthony Martinez is a very, very personal case to a lot of the investigators here.
When Detective Luis Bolanos took over the Anthony Martinez case this March, the first thing he did was take his partner to the crime scene. Carefully, they began sifting through the clues and recalling all the facts that were known about what happened to Anthony on April 4th, 1997. It was a lazy Friday afternoon in Beaumont, California.
Anthony Martinez, his younger brother, and 3 of their closest friends were playing in the backyard here of this apartment complex. They're approached by an individual. He tells them that he's looking for a cat. He says, maybe you guys can help me. You know, he shows them a picture of a cat. One of the kids, who was 10 at the time, older gal, very, very sharp, had a really bad feeling. Anthony, his younger brother, and the 3rd child helped him look for his cat. By this time, the guy is standing over here, back at the car. He tells him, hey, I got a secret for you. Anthony's younger brother sees the suspect reach into his pant pocket and pull out the switchblade. The suspect reaches, actually grabs his leg, and pulls Anthony's brother's shoe off. Anthony, trying to protect his brother, steps in between the suspect and his brother. The suspect puts his arm around Anthony and puts a knife to his head and drags him by force into the back seat of this car. And the kids could hear Anthony screaming and pounding on the back window for help.
At that point, Anthony's brother Mark rushed into the house to tell his parents.
They've been putting out dog searches here in Red.
All-out search began, and Anthony's family prayed that they would see him again. But 2 weeks later, on April 19th, Anthony's family received the news that they had hoped they would never hear. Anthony's body had been found in a remote desert area. A murder investigation began, but time passed and police found no trace of the mysterious stranger the children saw taking Anthony away. That was before the Desert Homicide Team came on board.
Was the body found in any specific position as far as here in the rocks?
Yes, it was. It was found in a fetal position. Again, Anthony's hands were taped and so were his legs. There was a fingerprint, partial fingerprint at that, found on a piece of tape that was laying on the ground in this area here. And the significance of that is that that print was at a spot on the tape that a person would have had to put pressure on to rip.
The team also learned that there were hair fibers and other minuscule bits of evidence taken from the scene, but technology in 1997 was not advanced enough to use them. Now these tiny fibers may become the key evidence in the case.
The hairs have been sent up to DOJ, and we should have an answer real soon if they were able to retrieve DNA from it.
The team's investigation has also turned up some new information about the mysterious stranger.
Prior to the abduction, a person was seen matching the physical description, walking his dog. He was spotted by a daycare center watching. He was spotted talking through a fence. When confronted by adults, this person just fled. He turned around and called for his dog, Buster.
But who was this man, and was he the man who killed Anthony Martinez? Detectives took their findings to profiler Cecilia Binkley to see if she could provide further insight.
Well, he's probably, when you first meet him, he comes across as a quiet, polite, like a normal appearance, normal person, but he lacks a lot of confidence in himself. He probably has a very immature personality, so he identifies more with children. The suspect cared about Anthony Martinez. His head and hands were left in almost a praying position. It almost makes it appear as if he had put a blanket over his body.
Police now knew what kind of man they were looking for, but what did he look like? For that, they went back to the children who were with Anthony that day.
As far as the investigation is concerned, the avenue we need to take is from the kids' version. Even though they were young, these were incredibly sharp little kids.
This April, after talking with the kids, the team released a new sketch.
He is a white male, about 25 to 35 years of age, about 5'8", approximately 160 pounds. At the time of the abduction, he was wearing a dark blue baseball cap, a white T-shirt covered by an open red, black, and white Pendleton shirt, and blue jeans. And the one distinct feature that all the kids remember is that this person had piercing blue eyes.
He's probably feeling a little cocky right now, a little comfortable that he hasn't been caught. But he will slip up and we will catch him.
Until then, the pain that has engulfed Anthony's family lingers on.
All I have left is just a memory. And to hear his voice, I have to think about it. I can't just hear it anymore. I have to remember it.
Personally, it's probably one of the most emotional cases we've been assigned to. I can't think of any more personal satisfaction that it would mean to our team if we were able to bring some closure to this case.
Detective Bolanos has developed a special bond with Anthony's brother Mark. He recently gave Mark a very special pen.
He said that whenever anything else comes up in my mind that I haven't told anybody, I use my pen to write it down.
The Desert Homicide team is working hard, but they need your help. If you have any information about this mysterious stranger, or if you know anything about the murder of Anthony Martinez, please don't wait any longer. Call our hotline at 1-800-CRIME-TV and make a difference. I've experienced what the Martinez family is going through, and believe me, the loss of a child is a wound that never heals. But let's do what we can to help them and the hard-working Desert Homicide team by calling in the tips that could crack this case tonight. And if you'd like more information on this or any of our other cases, please be sure to log on to our website at amw.com. Now stay with us. We'll be right back.
Coming up next,